Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Bridge spam has been running a rampant inside this meta. And I mean rampant. You know it's bad if we just find this random normie on the side and destroying people like me with 10 wins. It's not because I'm bad, I swear. It's not because I'm bad. If you're Patrick, you've been living under a rock. I've been following no competitive play such as CCGS, ESWC, or GamerG, or you're a poor pleb like me and can't even set foot into a grand challenge, then you might not know what bridge spam is, but basically it's exactly what it sounds like, and that's loved by the competitive community. In essence, it's a powerful combo of Bandit, Night Witch, and Battle Ram. Each by itself is a powerful offensive option, but together can create immense pressure. So much goddamn pressure, my ears have popped. It's a bit too much. And sometimes even more positive elixir trades on offense and on defense. And really, Supercell, it really should nerf this combo because at this moment it's really too good. Bridge spam, it's the new face of the disgusting meta. Fuck me. No longer shall we pray to the Dude Lord. No longer. Or RNGesus. No longer. No more Graveyard. Graveyard isn't shit. Graveyard isn't jack compared to this new thing. We have something much bigger. Everybody get down on your knees. Pray to our new Lord. Pray to our new Master. Something much bigger. Bridge spam. How many Battle Rams, Bandits, and Night Witches will break the bridge? In all honesty though, Supercell is probably going to nerf this archetype in the near future, but it helps very much to learn how to counter it. And while you're doing so, you'll probably learn a few new techniques that you can use on a less cancerous deck. So this is the typical bridge spam deck that was originally created by Vietnam in the CR Worlds game where Vietnam faced off against a stacked USA team. And I mean stacks on stacks on stacks. Like they had everybody on the face of the planet. Oh, actually no, not on the face, on USA. They had well-known players such as Backstab, Colden, Marcel P, and so forth. And then they just completely got curb stomped. They just completely got decimated. It was guerrilla warfare all over again, and the evil geniuses at Vietnam, they just brought out this new deck that no one expected, which was now bridge spam. I got Vietnam PTSD from just watching it. In this specific deck, Inferno Dragon serves as the defensive stop and also as another way to counter push compared to its Inferno Tower counterpart. Zab also does a much better job than Log on offense with its instant cast time and is included inside the deck. Poison and Ice Spirit as well as Ice Golem serves as great utility to cycle and also aid bridge spam to reach a tower. Of course, this deck isn't the only deck that includes Cancer and a bridge spam combo. Mama P.E.K.K.A, 3 Musketeers, Papa Golem, and Graveyard are also some common decks that include it, but of course, this specific bridge spam deck has a bread and butter, and all other decks usually just include it with another win condition to also aid it and to reach a tower. Let's just get into how to counter this, if you can counter of course, the single-handedly nemesis to man, bridge spam. Bridge spam is the best deck to punish a bad defensive player, or even offensive, as sometimes a good offense is a good defense, as in decks such as Golem and Lava Loon. Additionally, it capitalizes on bad cycles and elixir disadvantage and on bad high investment drops. It punishes really well by using 3 offensive weapons that can destroy counter pushes, absolutely decimate them, and be used in conjunction and without. The unique ability of bridge spam is to form an attack in waves and keep on manifesting itself in disgusting parts and waves, especially with Battle Ram and Night Witch, spearheaded by the tank and win condition of Battle Ram. First you have to deal with the pencil, the Assault and Battering Ram, the number 2 pencil, then you have to deal with the Night Witch, then you have to deal with the Barbarians, and then the Bats, all while they drop like another Bandit on the bridge or support it with poison. It's like they pull elixir out of their ass. They just drop so much shit on the bridge. And there's methods to countering this shit. The first method is countering in waves. The most efficient way to counter this is to find an efficient way to deal with each wave or card. Deal with each card or wave by itself. Say for example, by cutting the Night Witch away with an Ice Golem while you deal with the Bandit by itself. By dealing with certain cards and certain waves by themselves, you allow yourself to deal with the push in chunks, and you allow yourself to not get overwhelmed by the entire push. Save certain counters for each part of the bridge spam if you know it's coming. Identify their cycle and align your counters to them, and that makes it much easier. For example, you should save Tombstone for Battle Ram almost every single time. Say that you were called off cycle by an offensive bandit coming down the lane, and then you drop Tombstone. Sure, that one small push is countered, but because you misaligned your cycle, Bridge Spam does an excellent job of capitalizing this by dropping Battle Ram and a bunch of other shit in the back, and you don't have an efficient way to deal with each wave anymore. Your cycle is misaligned and you have to scramble to counter the Battle Ram. Typically, a good player would notice and would never waste their Tombstone, like that thing would be locked inside their hand for eons, epochs, periods, eras, eons. Legitimately, they would never let it go. However, the opponent would do everything to bait it out or take it out. Some common situations are when they drop Bandit earlier, so faces to the Tombstone and pops the cherry before the Battle Ram gets there, or when they poison or fireball pre-handedly or try to predict the Tombstone. Once you identify that they're trying to get past your defensive wall, this is where you go a bit spicy and you spice it up. You should now try to change everything up, and when your opponent expects a Tombstone and tries to snipe it with the Bandit or switch up your placement, drop another counter such as Bowler and Ice Spirit. The key is, if they switch up their cycle and try to outpace you with another way of attack, you switch up your cycle as well. So great cards to deal with each card or wave single-handedly in method 1 are Dark Goblin, Archers, Fire Spirits against Night Witch, Ice Spirit, Electro Wizard, Knight P.E.K.K.A, Goblin Gang, Goblins, and Mini P.E.K.K.A against the Battle Ram, and any ground tank for Bandit. Method 2, cantering all together. So the second method for dealing with bridge spam is sometimes better than the first method, as dealing with bridge spam in waves is sometimes unrealistic and you might just have to find a way to deal with everything all together. This is where the typical tank and spank strategy comes in. And make sure you have the right cards in your cycle as always, similar to the first method. You want a tank or a swarm unit depending if they can drop poison or not, and damage dealers or splashers in the back, which are the kill squad or the spank. Typically, this defense is much more heavy and costly compared to the first method, and should only be used when you use a full push or close to the full push at you. You don't want them to just bait out your counters for the second method and then do another push on the opposite lane and then suddenly you don't have anything. Or also, you don't want to overextend on defense using this and suddenly the next time they come at you, you get completely penetrated. The order that you tank and spank is very important. Here's the typical order. First, drop a tank or building to distract everything. Then the second step is to clean up the push and make it more dealable. You can do this in multiple ways, such as dropping a poison on everything, cleaning up the bats, popping the ram, or even dropping the Ice Spirit. Then once the push is more easily dealable, here comes your kill squad or your spank to finish everything off. The spank is very key. The spank gets me going. Generally, the kill squad is ranged and either does high damage or splash to air and ground so that they're optimized to kill everything once everything is cleaned up. I want to see some real cleaning, some sweeping action. Here are some common cards used in the second method and in the tank and spank technique. Knight, Executioner, Archers, Tombstone, Guards, Baby Dragon, P.E.K.K.A, Giant Skeleton, Goblin Gang, Scar Me, Bowler, Tornado, Fireball, Log, and Poison. If your body still isn't ready, you should probably be ready at this point. Here's some tips and tricks. Be really patient against bridge spam because all they really do is punish you. If you can force out some bad offensive moves, then you're gonna be the one that ends up punishing. Don't overextend and devote your resources all on one lane. Bridge spam is really good at split pushing. And remember guys, bleach is never the answer. But maybe this time there can be an exception. You can use your bleach. Hopefully you scrubs understand what it takes to scrub clean the villainy and bridge spam from this world. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.